Yup. Oh, restarted my camera. There we go. What's up, everybody? What's up, Khan? Thank you for the 49 months. Welcome back, dude. What's up, Bell? How we doing? Good evening, good evening, good evening. So apparently I'm supposed to be like everybody and just play Oblivion right now, but I can tell you right now that's not happening. That's not happening. Too much to do. Too much to do. What's up, Slay, over on YouTube? How you doing, buddy? You shouldn't. Nah, I'm good. Good. I'm good. I need to post here. What's everybody up to? What was your day like? 2 more weeks and I'm done? Nice. Is that like done or just for this year? I can't remember what you told me as far as like how much more you have. I guess I need to have the whole thing on there, huh? So do that. Hit the creators one. Graduated. Ceremony is Friday, but the last class wraps up on the 6th. All right, dude. That's pretty sick. Proud of you, dude. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But you did it. You did the thing. You did the thing, and I dig it. Where is... yeah, it's fine. Just hop in here. Yeah, high school. What's up, morning? So Saturday I'm gonna go see Revenge of the Sith with one of my buddies from work, and I'm hoping they have the popcorn bucket still. Speaking of which, morning, I know I'm so terrible. You've been telling me for like months that you've had that shield or the bucket lid thing. Shield? Lid? I can't remember what it is. Here, let me do this. Bucket with a shield for lid. Okay, here. This is just while I'm thinking about it. Morning, shoot me an email. Emails on the, it's in all the profile stuff. Between the cybersecurity program, then switching to ministry, spent 5 years straight of full-time classes. Needless to say, I'm ready for a break from school. No kidding, dude. Jeez. Oof. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, this game's still there. Now it's loaded. Now it's loaded. There's a convict right there. Let's see. So today I was going to go get a 5090 today. There was some at Micro Center. And then I had to go to work. One of the guys from work was like, just be late, dude. And I was like, I can't do that. No, it was 3. I think it was, yeah, it was just over 3, I think is what it was. Like, I just don't know, because a 5080, this is such a first world problem, Jesus. So the 5080 is a great card. It's a great card. It's just, it's like literally a 5090 is double a 5080 in performance. Now I know there's all the generative AI frames and all that shit, and there's gonna be like, look, you know, if you're just gonna build something, that's what I'm saying, is 5090 or bust. Shit, that's what I save money for, you know. I save money to build shit. That's why we got money in the PayPal stuff from, you know, subscribing and from donations and all that shit from the, like, all the YouTube stuff, like that goes into there, and then like saving other money too. So it's like, but I also make money doing content creation, so I don't know why I have to try to justify this to myself. Oh yeah, that'll be nice. See, I'm hoping that I can get this squared away before Dune, and I definitely want to test it with like Ashes and stuff. But like, some people will be like, why do you need that card to play this game? It's like, well, this is a game I play on stream, everybody. Like, shit, I play Warzone. I mean, and like some of these bigger games that are coming out, I mean, like going back and then turning on everything for like Hogwarts Legacy is sick. There's some games that I have that would be really, really fun to check out in that. But Dune is going to be awesome with it. What I should do is, regardless of if 5090 is in stock or not, I should just go get all the other stuff and build the machine and put the 3090 in until that card is available, and then it's just plug and play. Then I minimize my downtime. But here's some things too. Okay, so I want to, at the bare minimum, and I know something jacked up is going to happen with this, and I'm gonna lose time. What I want to do is actually wipe both of these machines, because the gaming machine, I've had this this set up for 4 years plus. See, the amount of stuff that I've been, well, yeah, just to like clean up the OS and all that stuff. So like I'd have backups of all my stuff. But yeah, I mean, like completely nuke it as a brand new machine, and then pull over, just like install what I need and get rid of all the other crap, because there's so much software that has been installed over the years that, like, you know, I'll use Revo and stuff like that, or Revo, however the hell it's pronounced, and, you know, remove stuff and clean out registry remnants and all that shit. But there's just still stuff, you know. So I would like to do that at some point, but like I'm teetering on that with building the new machine. So like if I build the new machine and it's ready to go and I just, you know, drop the 3090 into it, I can minimize the downtime. The one that's going to be a problem is going to be the Stream PC. That one's going to be a problem because there's a lot of custom crap on that now, with the IRL stream setup, with some of the remote stuff that's on there, and just like remembering how it's set up. Like the stream, if I lose like scenes or whatever, that's fine. I don't even care about that stuff. But the reality is just like the configuration is what's important. Like I can export stuff, and that's totally fine. If Meld Studio was using, if I could do the enhanced broadcasting with that, then I would probably be using that, because they have some multi-stream stuff with vertical canvas that's being brought in. The good and bad thing about OBS is that it's open source, so a lot of people can develop for it and develop plugins and all that kind of stuff. But that's also the bad thing, is that it's open source, so there's only really community support for it. Meld is promising. What's up, Slay? Welcome back. So I don't know. There's things like I'm kind of nervous to like pull the trigger on any of those things, because I don't want to necessarily screw anything up, but I also want to clean, because there's just little things that happen. Like there are some there's just some stuff. There's just some stuff with it. So I don't know what I want to do with that yet. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I want to get things into a good spot for the next like while of gaming. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think. I feel like there was something else. There was another game that I was really looking forward to. So obviously Dune. And I mean, obviously Ashes, but that's a ways out yet. I mean, we'll have the wipe for Ashes will be in May. Dune will be in June. Wasn't there a shooter? I mean, Marathon, yes. I don't know if that was like, Marathon looks fun to me. Like I'm down to play an extraction shooter that isn't Tarkov. Like that community is so toxic. They're like the League of Legends community. Just absolutely toxic. Complain so much. The funny thing for me is the amount that community complains about a game in beta that has a wipe schedule. And it's like they play the wipes like they're seasons, and it's just like, no, I'd rather not do all that work and just have all my shit gone and act like it's all cool, you know. And the fact that it's like, so it's not a 1.0 release yet. Like Marathon will release at a 1.0. It's going to be what, $40 for the game. So like competitive pricing in the gaming market right now. I know there's 16 lug crossroad. Is there? Let me see if there's any groups. Let's see. Any groups? All right, I need to redo all my buffs and stuff here. Let's go. Let's get a little full screen action here. But yeah, I don't know, Chad. That's where I'm at right now. So call it what it is, I guess. You know, like I'm nervous to do all that stuff. Wait, where am I? Oh, I don't have any of these buffs on. There we go. So I don't know. It's kind of where we're at. What would you guys do? Like, if you were in my position, what would you do as far as the computers and stuff? obviously I'm going to build a new machine. I'm going to buy something, but like as far as the wipes and stuff like that, what would you... Oh, there is something else I do want to talk about while I'm out here in the Ettenmoors. There is something else I want to talk about. If you have not seen it, there is a post from Orion. It is a very interesting post about PvMP and what is coming. How many pages? There's not really that many. Oh, there's 2 pages now. All right, so let's enhance that for you. Let's make it a little smaller for... All right, so we're gonna go over this. Let's turn this down a bit. So the Ettenmoors outline for 2025. So Orion is saying it's been a few weeks since our letter to the players went live, and at intervening time, we've seen a steady population of creeps and freeps make their way into the Ettenmoors. This enduring and, dare we say, renewed vigor for the Ettenmoors is refreshing. I agree. It's been a lot of fun. I've spent almost all of my time out here recently. We mentioned in the letter that some changes are coming to the Ettenmoors, and we wanted to discuss what those will be sooner rather than later. This post serves as a primer for the discussion and current thoughts of the future of the Ettenmoors. All right, first, let us establish what we see as some of the issues currently facing the Ettenmoors, and there are plenty. All right, so number one thing is performance. Generally, the shift to 64-bit servers helped performance in the Ettenmoors, which I would say, you know, generally speaking, as long as it's not a massive fight somewhere on a land block or land border, it's pretty okay. Which is kind of what he talks about here. When battles occur across a spread of non-pinned land block boundaries between a reasonable number of monster players and players, let's call that number 24v24, so raid versus raid, performance is noticeably better. There is a point when players move between the pinned server boundaries and a number exceeding 50 where performance degrades. This is unfortunate. However, we are making adjustments on the engineering and content fronts. The first server-side changes will arrive with update 44. We adjusted the pinning pattern based on behavior witnessed across the Ettenmoors. Now, this is really important to me because okay, so if they're actually looking at basically a heat map of where the combat is happening, they can tweak where these server lines are. Because remember, the Ettenmoors is not just, you're not just playing in the Ettenmoors on Glamdring. While you are, that is divided up into smaller servers, and there are boundaries. And what happens a lot out there is you'll be fighting across those. This is actually something that Ashes of Creation is actually working to address with their dynamic gridding. So the new pinning structure moves the server boundaries on the outskirts of the map to surround the lug TATR circle in the center of the map. This change places these 3 locations and their resurrection circles into one pinned server to stop the migration from one to another. Making this change allows players defeated in the area of the map to stay on the current server registry when moving to the respective res circles. I had never actually thought of that as far as if you were, say, the creeps had, if the creeps had lug and you're fighting at lug and you're a freep and you die, you're getting sent to either TR res or GV. So that is very different server locations across multiple boundaries. That's pretty interesting that if they're going to do that, that's I'm very curious to see how that that change affects things, because then you're not loading and unloading and loading and unloading constantly between all those boundaries. That's pretty smart. The intent is to mitigate the orphaning of pets and the dreaded in-combat bug plaguing the Ettenmoors. I've seen that a lot over the last week specifically, where just I'm perpetually in combat. We know this change will not eliminate the issue, but we expect it to reduce the frequency at the most egregious locations. All right. Other content and system changes are planned for U45 release to address some of the persistent performance issues. So establish new goals and objectives for players, aka spread out. So basically is talking about what this looks like at first. We want to address the shuffle. We do. There's a manifold problem with the shuffle, and the shuffle is basically the like the push and pull between, you know, like a Grams camp or a GV camp, just going back and forth between the steps and then going down the hill and coming back up the hill and down the hill and back up the hill and just that kind of stuff. Grams and GV camps are monotonous and create bad performance and experiences. Having a limited number of impactful objectives in the Ettenmoors drives the gameplay to set locations. A rotation of monster player raid versus player raid is the preferred method of battle, which that kind of sucks. We were talking about that the other day. Like, just constant raid. It's cool. It can be fun, but is it? Like, the small combat is where it's at, and that's where I think that's truly where the balance needs to be, is against small group. It is infinitely impossible to balance the Ettenmoors, or really any MMO, any type of content, for large groups, because then you have class stacking, spec stacking, things like that, and then it just becomes like, okay, well, to prevent, you know, 12 minstrels from grouping up, you have to nerf minstrels. Well, it's like, well, now if they're playing by themselves, they suck. So like, that's why I always talk about balance as a very difficult thing. Yeah, there are. Yeah. Okay, so this is a big one for me though, is glory, or, you know, renown and infamy, is still earned at too high a rate while multiple raids are involved. I think this is still the biggest issue overall, because there's no incentive to not be in the raid. Like, obviously you get more renown being in a small group. Now, the only problem with this is all that will happen is you will have, instead of a group of 24, you're just going to have 4 groups of 6. It's still the same, and then the glory in this case still gets split up the same amount. So there's that. There is less incentive for wandering group play. So those are the current issues that they're looking to address, and I think those are all valid, good things to address. I think those are important and all play a big factor in the performance and the experience out in the Ettenmoors. So I agree with those. So how do we address these concerns? Here's a current train of thought. Establish more and more tightly integrated gameplay loops. Establish important different locations and active targets. Restore some older gameplay elements. And provide incentives to adventure and battle in smaller groups. So as a, you know, the 30,000 foot view of this, I think that's a good starting point. I don't think that's the answer, but I think it's a good starting point. Okay, so let's talk about the how. Yeah, the next question is, of course, how. So this is broken up into a few things here. Siege, EC and OC repurposed, Grimwood and Eisendeep repurposed, the importance of towers, and Tol Askarnan, or TA. So let's look at Siege integration. Siege is something that it's intriguing to me. It is something that has to be done right. If it's not, it could be very, very interesting. All right, so Siege integration. When we discussed the initial inclusion of Siege and began testing it in Bull Roar, it quickly became apparent it needed more time and polish before we pressed the start button. I completely missed that when it was on the test, so I never even got to try it, to be perfectly honest. We pulled it back and made some adjustments, and we are ready to bring it back to testing in the earliest rounds of the U45 beta to get appropriate actionable feedback before bringing it to all of you. Yes, there is a measure of contradiction in stating that Siege is meant to separate the populace, since its very nature suggests a mass of people standing before massive structures laying waste to one another. But he says, bear with me. Like, okay, bearing with you. Siege integration begins with removing the unsightly hotspots we used in the initial round of implementation. What he means by that is the red squares that were on the ground. Like, they were very fixed points where you had to do, you had to use those to plant Siege equipment. I do remember that because they were actually out in the real world too. You will not need to set Siege weaponry up in prescribed locations. You will, but the lines won't be drawn on the ground to indicate where you can place Siege weaponry. Rather, the Siege weaponry can only be built in certain locations. So there's that. Well, they found me. Anyway, so turn that down a sec. Catapults are unavailable in this iteration. While we did address their functionality and placement, we want to hold off on making them a feature of the Siege at Lugazag and Tirith Raw. Ballistas must be placed near or within the confines of the tower. Battering rams will slowly make their way towards the gates, so it will be wise to build them close to the doors. Speaking of doors, once a tower is captured, doors in the lower level will immediately spawn. This will block the opposition from entering and seal in any defenders. Leaving the tower requires jumping off the ramparts for the opposition or controllers, using a flag to leave the current owners, or using a flag to leave for current owners, but beware, re-entry to the tower becomes more difficult. Okay. So Siege is going to be something that I want to see in practice. I think it'll be nice to have just a different gameplay loop out here. I think that'll be kind of fun. As with most of the changes that have ever happened in the game, there's always like this idea, and then it depends if it's utilized or not. It depends if, you know, it has to be incentivized for players to want to use it, and it has to be fun. Those are the two major components of anything in any game. Like, there has to be incentive for me to do it, otherwise I'm not going to waste my time with it. It has to be fun. I think it's pretty standard. So new EC and new OC repurposed. So Elf Camp and Orc Camp. Towers now have two methods of infiltration: batter down the doors or capture a forward camp to make your way to the back door through interconnected tunnels. I dig this. The camps of new EC and new OC begin uncontrolled when U45 opens. You must capture the flag at the location to claim it for your side of the battle. Once claimed, it will stay yours, and you can freely enter the tunnels under the Ettenmoors. This is not the Delving of Frore. That is something completely different. And it sounds like Delving of Frore is being worked on, so that should make its return at some point. Rather, these are a snaking set of tunnels dug beneath the surface of the Ettenmoors, connecting the towers of Lugazag and Tirith Raw to the forward camps. Traversal through this underground complex allows you to infiltrate or return to the towers you control without dealing with roving bands on the landscape. Of course, if the opposition holds one of the forward camps, they may have scouts lurking in these tunnels. Okay, I like that. Direct access to the locations is available when you control them at both your main base and your artifact keep. So it would be like Ostringder and Dargazag. Okay, so I like the sound of that. Again, concept. Let's see how it plays out. Grimwood and Eisendeep repurposed. Okay, so as stated, the entry doors immediately spawn when TR or lug is captured. These doors will be tougher and require battering rams to break. If you want to reinforce the exterior door or construct the interior door, you must own the Grimwood lumber camp. If you desire to enhance the defenses and increase the damage done by the bullying cauldrons, you must own the Eisendeep mine. Owning these respective locations unlocks a set of quests allowing the defenders to enhance the defenses by depositing the materials found in abundance at these locations. So this kind of already exists for TR and lug. So you kind of have that with, like, you can deposit the ore and the like you can turn in the quest to turn in the ore and the what is it, and the oil. So you can already do that, and that kind of works. So I think that'd be cool to see that expanded on and make the towers more important. Speaking of importance of towers, towers already provide bonuses when controlled. We are changing the way the bonuses are applied. The purpose changes. The proposed changes alters the bonuses you receive for controlling the tower to increase the longer you hold the location, but there is a cap to that. Tolaskarnan, no major changes to TA aside from adding the flags back to the bridges. So please weigh in here and on the official Discord. Okay, so overall, I think this is a good starting point. Again, it's a good starting point for changing some of the stuff out here in the moors. Right off the rip, though, I don't think this is going to dissuade people from running raid v raid. The only thing that will do that is this right here. As glory is still earned at too high a rate with multiple raids are involved. That is the only, like, lowering the amount that you get in a raid is the only way to discourage raid v raid all the time. Like, am I wrong in saying that? I don't think I am. I think the more people, obviously it already decreases the more people that you have involved, but I think it's still too high. Like, there has to be a circumstance for that to work, but like the performance and the experience in the small group content is almost always better, in my opinion. So like I said, I think these are interesting changes. Yeah, so being that you can get so much renown and infamy just doing nothing in a raid, I also don't like as much loss as you would get by sitting in a group, but being in GV and stuff like that, like, unless you died and got sent back to the res, if you were in combat like within the last minute, like, I think that's reasonable enough to get some renown for participating. But like, if you're back at base camp and you're still getting renown and you haven't been out there for 10 minutes, I think that's a little ridiculous. You're not contributing. So I think, like I said, I think this is a good starting point. I like the ideas here. I like where we're going to change what's going on out here. We've been out here in the Yetton Moors largely unchanged for a long time. Like, some things have moved around. But like I said, also having the delving eventually return, and I think that'll be pretty cool. Just change it up a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it, and I'm sure we'll be paying more attention to this. We will be trying to do a sit down with Orion, and it's going to be almost exclusively about PvP. Probably around sometime next month is when we're looking at doing that, so definitely keep an eye out for that. But that's all I really have for this, so let me know what you think. And on that, let's see, where does this put me? All right, wasted all these buffs. Let's find out where we go. I'm in the camp of taking the moors and dividing it into instanced battlegrounds. I would disagree with that. I would rather just see different battlegrounds. Personally, I have said it for many years at this point. I would like to see the skirmish maps used for battlegrounds and for why am I still feel like I'm slowed? It's because I am slowed. Yeah, I found the crate. Game name, please. This is Lord of the Rings Online. But yeah, I think largely that the core components are okay. I like the thought of the changes there. Definitely in here. See what we can hunt down here. If more than 24 hit a target, it should set glory gain to just flat 1, discouraging zerging. Yeah, I don't know. This is always a tough one. And I think there are definitely inherent problems with a style like this where it's an open format and you can just play. It's obviously more natural, and it goes with the ebbs and flow of people logging in and doing all that. Get rid of the PvP rank so glory gain doesn't matter. Oh, I'm a hard disagree with that, buddy. I'm a hard disagree with that. Every PvP game has had rank. Doesn't matter if it's a shooter, just anything. Doesn't matter, like COD, League of Legends, just like everything. This is gonna get saucy, but you best believe, let's see, the store has been working much better lately. About to pop this bad boy though. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's go. Ooh, they have everything right now minus LC. We need to go get also gate gear minorly with more than rank 3+. Gate gear. No, like all the high stuff is glory rank 1, man. Are you talking about Creepside? They don't have gear. No, the best ones are, but like, it's fine. Oh man, they flipped the entire map. What is this person doing? Like, I almost don't want to be. Yeah, I don't know, Con. Yeah, Michael, over on YouTube, I agree with that. I've been trying to get that for a long time. Only 4 RKs, 2 cappies, and 2 minis light on healing. Oh. See what we got here. Oh, here they come. Let's go. Here they come. Thebes. I didn't even use my damn buff. Yeah. You ain't gonna kill me, homeboy. Sorry, man. You didn't change targets. Or look at him run. Oh, now they might kill me though. Oh, no, no, no. I'm kind of in a bad spot right here. Yeah, this is not a great spot. Where's the rest of the team? Wow. That is unfortunate. Really nothing out of that. Jump out or retreat and regroup. Okay. Yeah, good job. You're all the way down at GG, homeboy. Ay caramba. I'm actually going to go back to GV and spend some comms real quick though. Is what I'm gonna do. $45? No. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. We just, so 44.1 beta is just getting there. So we're 45 will be expansion, or no, 46. I can't remember which one. Yeah, so you can get the 18% ones. Where's the next X pack taking us? Honestly, I don't know. What's up, Ponton? So, okay. Yes, the best pots out here are rank 3. But you're talking about a 7% difference. So, like, you can still get, also rank 3 is like 2 hours out here, so I would say that's not a huge deal. That's not a huge deal. Even like off the rip, you still get a 15% potion. It's all right. You see, that's the thing though, is like you only sort of need to be in a group. Like you can still get, the way it works out here, like you can get tags. like fairly easily. Did I take the... And that sadly, that's all that really matters is tags. If you're just looking for infamy and rank, like I said, it's not ideal, but just sure, I'm ready. Whatever. Where are my other put those guys in here? I always forget to use them because I don't know. I never remember which one's which. War rations. PvP turn-ins. Oh, I have some trackers badges. Holy shit. That's funny that you can actually buy these with comms and then sell them. Half a gold. Okay, that's that. I don't think... Ooh, I don't have that many. I have... Oh, those are Umbari tokens, though. I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. Why are Umbari tokens in my... Is it because I'm out of my other ones? Oh shit, that's why. Yeah, screw the quest at this point. Okay. Wait. I did. Oh wait, no. That's just 2 stacks of them. Okay. I'm good now. I'm good now. We're okay. We're okay. Make sure I pick that quest up. I always forget to grab this because I'm an idiot. There we go. There we go. Lock up the bars. Pick up the other quest while I'm here.
Elgarath will avenge me.
You sure about that? Most of my teams have 140 gear. That's a lot of comms. Okay, but here's the thing. You don't have to start out with that, though. What a loser. Pays more attention to, like, I'm walking down the steps. Whatever. But you can get the basic stuff for just gold. Like, so you can put yourself in a somewhat competitive spot. Like, it's okay. For just gold, and then you can replace those for comms as you get them. So it's not bad. I mean, like, and then once you get out there, and you can do like a couple days of just doing some of the quests, like puts you in a decent spot. Like you can go do the PvE stuff and you can get your gear in a couple days. It's not really that bad. Well, don't worry, Khan. I got kicked out because I was, restocking my consumables. I swear, some people. I think they're an absolute unit out here. That's times 6 tunes. Well, that's your problem. Just play 1 tune. Yeah, I mean this in a nice way, but that's a you problem. It's all you need, man. You just gotta. So I started having more fun was just focusing on one. All right, let's switch to more single target. Yeah, I know there's a war grud on me. Do it. Do it. I know you're right there. You're being tracked. To be fair, the red flags look better than ours. I mean, I guess. Just an... I don't know. That track was a long time ago. I guess I just didn't want to fight. Hear that? It was just tracking me all the way. Or it should be dark blue? Ours have swords on them, man. I don't even know where the raid's at. I don't think the raid knows where they're at. Ambush forces laid claim to the outpost in the south, so they were down here. I don't know. Is this PvP? Yes, it is. Nobody hanging out in their res. See what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go around a corner and I'm just gonna get whacked. Actually kind of curious. I want to see what things are like right now without the override on. Yeah. Well, you know what? I never have these when I need them. I'll go turn in this quest while I'm here. Might as well just kill this NPC. I think my see if Jeffy's in group. Oh, Jeffy.
Please leave me to my sorrow. Could I take a moment of your time?
Yeah, I mean, some of that stuff's just always going to be a fundamental problem. I mean, what are you going to do, really? Unless you do something that they're just not capable of doing, which is making mirrored classes and all that stuff, is not going to happen. Hmm. Tis a good. Looks like they're still at TR. Oh, there's still some.
Kingly gift, yes.
Hey Zaf, thanks for the gifted sub, buddy. Oh, I missed that. Shit. Oh my god. What's up, dude? Oh shit, that's why that got moved. Wonder why my thumb button was not working. It is in fact. All right, it's in here. What's the best PvP class? The one you're good at. That simple. Depends on what you want to do. Are you upstairs? Are you out and about? Where are you at? Got my stuff here. He's like, come on, that's yours. Uh-oh. I don't know how that dude didn't pull right there. That was so worth it. Yeah, it stung a little bit, didn't it? Oh, you're gonna bleed. Burglar's antidote! Burglar's antidote! Burglar's antidote, please! Okay. No, no, no. No, no, no. Oof. No! Oh shit, I didn't even see him in front of me. That was stupid. I was so excited that I lived through it. I just wasn't paying attention. That was so dumb on my part. It's okay though. It's okay. We don't have banners. I can't get back there quick. Ah. Okay. Oh wait, do I not have a tome of defense on? Do I not even have? I don't have any tomes of defense. That's tragic. Tome of the Fence. Tome of Defense. Ah, those are... Oh, those are so expensive. You dummy, get back on your horse. You dummy, get back on your horse. You have all the creep classes too? Oh, dude. Dude, do yourself a favor. Stop that. It's like Michael Jordan said. Stop. Get some help. I think I have everything I need. Ooh, 68. That one feels good. Hey, Con, are you still out here, dude? If you are, send Jeffy a message. Get a little group here. Yeah, there you are. Wow, you just appeared. There we go. The Ice and Deep outpost has fallen to the forces of the delving of Fraw. Oh shit. I taught you to play captain? When was this? I haven't played my captain in like 10 years. Champion maybe. Champion maybe. But Benny, how you doing, man? Benning Crowbar. Yeah, spiders. I ain't digging on the spiders too much. I'm digging on the spiders too much. You know what I miss is actually having hey, yours is retired. You calm down. Mode step. I thought he was in combat. Oh man, he got that cutlass, so it's nasty. Maybe a little fire arcade, but even if you're saying fire arcade, that's been a hell of a while. That's been a minute. And they clapping cheeks up here or what? Damn. Oh, there's a little free section right there. Oh, look. It's the third marshal. Yeah. Oh, boys. Oh, I'm gonna get in this. I'm getting in this. These tags. Look at them. They're just like. I need a ward or something. Oh, there's a spider. Hello, skills. Many tags. Need a different. What's the target? What's the target? Where is it? Where is he? Dude, the fact it's just like it's. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that was a little something there. Maybe it was a troll. I don't know. Maybe has been so many years since I played PvP. Can you still trigger a giant to fight with? Trolls and rangers are the two that you can do. Trolls for the creeps, rangers for the reaps. And yes, you can still do those session plays. What's nice about being in a small group too is you still get the quest items. That's what's clutch. Where's this fool at? He gonna die. He gonna die before I can get there. He gonna die before I can get there. Dang! Dang it! Somebody else hiding in there? No. Yes, whatever. I'm gonna kill these things. Front door? Yeah, okay. We dropping? Coming in the door. Wait, is he above? It's above now. Shit. We need to take this thing, man. We need some keep. Need some bonuses. There we go. Chieftain Pinpash. Chieftain Pinpash. Oh ho. All right. Got some boofs now. All about them boofs. Boots with the fur. Did you see the Oblivion remaster release? Yeah, that's what my my stream title is in reference to, man. Apparently it's cool to play early 2000s games now, you know? Yeah, dude. As was up. Oh. Did we die? I've been playing Bethesda games for long enough to know that I'm not spending $70 on it, and to wait at least a couple months before the bug fixes. That's fair, I guess. Game is called LOTRO, Lord of the Rings Online, my favorite MMORPG, though I admit I'd never played PvP. Well, you should try it. I literally don't know what's happening here. I think I crashed. Connor, you lagged out, or is it just me? Must be. All right. Let's take a second right now, chat. If you guys are not following already, make sure you do that. I'm also, this is a big one. This is a big one. Hold on. Let me see where we're at. Where's my phone? It's right here looking at me. Hold on. Hold on. Studio. There we go. All right. 29 subscribers away on YouTube to 4,000. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, go subscribe. Do it. Need 29. Mecha Doggy, I am on Glamdring. If you're wondering, I'm on Glamdring. It do be free to sub to the YouTube. I wonder if that live one works. Who has that? Social Blade, I think. Social Blade. Bludborn. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. And I have a live. Oh, live subscriber. Yeah, so right there. You gotta test it out. See if somebody subscribes. All right, Benny, take it easy. Look at this. I'm pretty hyped on this right here. Hello? I don't like that new application switcher. What's up, Garrett? On YouTube as well. Yeah, where'd that window go? Where did that window go? There it is. I'm curious to see like how accurate this is. Look how long I've been doing this. I'm gonna jet to, but I do Freep on Thursday night, 7 p.m. plus. Alrighty. Alright. Nah, dude. Take her easy.
Stay a moment. What do you need? Will you stay a moment and learn of my troubles?
Oh no, I'm being tracked. I kill that stuff. Blood, when you hit level cap and start to PvP, how long before you're not instant death to creeps? I mean, you just need to buy the gear. You just need to get to 17 audacity and then you're not the instant kill. It's still gonna be, so you can spend the gold on the tier 1 gear, and then as you get the commendations you can get the next tier gear, which will let you get the Moore's essence gear. And while that sounds crappy, the Moore's essence gear is actually pretty easy to work with because it only takes Moore's essences, which are actually pretty cheap. The one thing I would suggest is to definitely get in, work on your defensive virtues and really, you know, beef that up as much as you can. So is top tier raid gear good for the more? No, it is not. Not at all. This is the tier 2 stuff. It's the item level 510 stuff. So. You won't stay and fight, huh? Thragnos would get his ass whipped. All right, Shadow Phantom. This is the gear that you get. So, like I said, there's only 2 tiers to worry about, which makes it very accessible. So when you go talk to your quartermasters over here, you want, like, mine's the heavy one. So this is what you have. There's 2 tiers, 2 specs. So let's look at the chest for each. Okay. And then we're going to look at the chest and the chest. Okay. So let's look at this because, so here's your difference. You got 505 gear and 510 gear. This is the gear on the left is what you use, just gold coin to purchase. The gear on the right is what you use the PvP currency of commendations to get. Okay. So you can see, like, this is definitely better, but this is still decent. It's a decent starting point. So the fact is that the only real reason that you need to have this stuff is because of Audacity. And the reason why that is such a big deal is because of this. This is what 17 Audacity looks like. This is what 16 Audacity looks like. Okay. The incoming damage difference and the outgoing damage difference and the morale increase. This is a big deal. If you're at 16, you're still going to get shit on. If you're at 17, you're much more survivable. Are they going to release tier 3 gear? Who knows? We've been at this set of gear for quite a while. I mean, this has been the 150 gear since 150. So What's max rank audacity is 17. And it's just by having each of your pieces of gear. So what you need to have, the 2 earrings, the necklace, the 2 bracelets, the 2 rings, the pocket, helmet, shoulders, your cloak, which is from a different vendor. It's from the quartermaster over here. And then your chest, your gloves, your legs, and your boots. And then you also need to have, there's a class item out here, and that will get you to 17 audacity. Yeah, that's Captain General or Tyrant. So you're max but still grinding. From I'm at 10 working on 11. It's right up here, rank 10. Ron, what are you asking over on YouTube? From the gold gear, what do you mean? Yeah, so yeah, you can have 17 audacity at rank 0. Rank and audacity are not exclusive to each other. Higher ranks give you a battlefield promotion. So rank 10 gives me 15% more max morale and power and 4.5% more damage output. And different cloaks. All right, I'm gonna pop off of here. I want to maintain my my PvP buff. So yeah, someone told me you could go to the moors by way of excuse me, way before 150, and the game boosts you up until you leave. That is correct. The moors is a 150 zone, so like if you go out there, you can go out there as early as level 20. Or you have to have a character that's level 20, and then once you go out there, you'll be scaled to 150. If you are level 20 through 149, you will automatically be put at 17 audacity because you don't have the ability to get the gear. You will not have a great time. Just to put that out there, because your virtues aren't going to be in the 90s like a 150 character. You're not going to have all of your skills. Yeah, it's not going to be a great time. Can you level that way? No. Quest in the Moors no longer don't give XP. So when PvP was originally out, you could go out there as early as 40. So I think it was between 40 and 50 you could go out there. And then, yes, you could get XP from doing quests out in the Moors. And some people did do that. It wasn't great XP, but you can still get it while doing PvP, and some people did do that. It was also not a great experience. It was not a great experience. All right, team, I'm actually gonna get off here for tonight. I'm going to play some shooters for a little bit and then go to bed. Maybe if you could, more people would try it. I don't know. I think the people who want a PvP do. The people who don't literally have no interest in it, and I don't think would actually could be convinced to do it for the most part. So I think the people who are going to do it are going to do it anyway. But I'm gonna get out of here for right now. Hope you guys will have a good rest of your night. Let's meet back here at 10 p.m. on Thursday. How about that? Cool. Maybe I get lucky and there'll be a 5090 at Micro Center tomorrow. I doubt it, but maybe. Maybe. If there is, I'll just buy the rest of the computer while I'm at it. But I don't think that's gonna happen. We'll see. All right, I'm out. You guys have a good one. Bye.